In this video, we'll be looking at how to open an online project that resides on GroupShare. For this, you have the Open GroupShare project command, which you can use, and I will call it up right away. GroupShare projects are located on a server, so it's first of all required that I log into the server so that the system can identify me and my role on the server so that I can then start downloading the project. So for this, you have the servers command here, and here I've got two servers that have been set up. I'm using this particular server here. My username is Tom and my password has been entered here as well, so that I can basically log into the server at any point in time and download a project. So it's as simple as then selecting the server in question, which in this case then lists the projects available on the server here. In my case, it's in the customers sub-organization where I have certain permissions to work on that project, and so I can now basically select that project, click next and finish, and this then opens this project locally on my machine. I can click close and then go to the projects view here, and you can see now that the online project hosted on GroupShare has been opened in my studio environment, pretty much like any other project. However, in this case you can actually see it's online because it shows a green symbol here, which means that this project is available on a server as well, so that a team of translators and reviewers can work with it at the same time. So in my case now the project has been opened and I can now pretty much work with it as I would with other projects. There are a few things that are a little bit different. So in this case, for example, if I go to the Files menu, then you can see that in this particular view here now I can see that the project files have not been checked out yet, but I can also see who in my project team works in which step. So you have the project phase: preparation, translation, review and finalization. In this particular example, because I am Tom Translator, the project is obviously available for me now to translate, but when I'm done I can basically then move it along the supply chain to the next person in the supply chain, which in this case is then a Ralph reviewer. So as Tom Translator, I have now the task of translation assigned to me. By the way, if you want to see in your case how online projects work and why I can see these names here, this is the file assignments layout view that I'm working with. You can switch between different views just to see also the progress as you would with other normal projects. You can also see the task layout and so on. In my case though, the best view to work with in a GroupShare scenario is the file assignment, so that I know at which phase the project is right now and what I need to do. So now, how does it work that I actually start working on this? It's very easy. I double click the file name and then Studio basically moves over to the editor view, but prompts me now to check out the file so that I can start editing it. You can also select not to edit the file and just look at it. For example, as a project manager, you might want to see how far the files are, but you don't want to edit them at the same stage, so that you don't check out the files but rather keep it in the system so that others can still edit the file at the same time. But in my case, I'm Tom Translator. I now should work on this file, so I click this particular command and now the checkout happens. The file is downloaded to my machine and I am looking at the first translation unit here in this particular file. So as you can see, the first segment has been opened here for me, and the translation has also been found in the translation memory. In this case, it's a server-based shared translation memory residing on GroupShare. I can check this if I've got the appropriate permissions. In my case, I do. I can click on the project settings and can see that there's a server-based translation memory that is located on the server that I'm currently working with. And I can work with this file as I would with any other file, so I can just continue to the next segment. But rather than working locally with a file-based translation memory, I'm now always using the remote translation memory that is included in this project. I can work exactly in the same way as I would with all the other examples that we are showing in our videos. So in this video, again, it's not so much about the translation process, but rather how to work inside such a project with a translator role, just so that you know how you work with these types of projects in case you're using GroupShare. So I would then in this case probably just finish this one segment still and make sure that the formatting is correct, and could then continue like this. Let's leave it at this maybe, but let's see what happens when I now actually save the file and close the file. So then you can see I go back to the files view, and I can see with a small icon here that the file is currently checked out and assigned to me. I can also see who is working at which stage with this project as shown before. And when I would now like to basically say, okay, I'm done with the translation, move it to the next stage of the project, then what I can do is use this particular command here, which stands for changing the phase of the project. So let's assume I'm done with my translation. Then what I would do is I would say next review please, and then I can check the file in because I'm prompted to do so. So I will basically say ready for review. So I first, of course, need to check the file in. I'm checking in the file, and now you can see that the project will move to Ralph Reviewer. So this has been updated as well now, and Ralph will now get an email and will continue working with this project. And this will repeat itself until the files are completely translated and reviewed and can be delivered back to the customer, which probably will be done by Paul Project. And this basically in a nutshell how GroupShare-based projects work from a translator or reviewer perspective. Thank you very much.